Are you asking the right sales questions? I don't think you are. We cover the right sales questions and, more importantly, the right way to ask those questions on this episode of the Inside BS Show. Hi, it's Dave Lorenzo, and this is the sales tips portion of the Inside BS Show. Thanks for joining me today. Today's topic is the right sales questions. Everybody wants to ask the right sales questions. Do you even know what the right sales questions are? I'm going to share 3 of the right sales questions with you, but more importantly, I'm going to share how you should be asking those questions. The one thing, the essential element of all sales questions is, well, before I get to that, I need to remind you, hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell because we upload lots of new content each day and I don't want you to miss anything. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Okay, the number one thing you got to remember is empathy. You need to connect with your client on a human level. I don't care if you're in B2B sales, business to business sales, you're still selling human to human, person to person. So connecting with that person means being empathetic. You have to have empathy. So in order to demonstrate your empathy, the first thing I want you to ask is, how long have you had this problem? How long have you had this problem? Now, keep in mind that you are invited to a meeting and the client's going to tell you, hey, listen, thanks for coming. Here's the reason why we wanted to talk to you. And then you turn to them and you go, I understand. How long have you had this problem? And they're going to tell you. And the second question you're going to ask them is, I get it. And how has this impacted you personally? So, Jane, how has this impacted you personally here at work? Well, you see, my boss is really upset and she's really coming down on me and I'm just not sure what's going to happen. If I don't solve this problem, I might lose my job. How has this impacted you personally? Jane, that sounds stressful. Has this been stressful for you? Oh my gosh, you have no idea how much stress I feel. Empathy. You're demonstrating that you understand how the other person feels. You can't make a connection with them unless they know that you understand how they feel. So asking these 3 questions in this way, how long has this been a problem? What impact does this problem have on you personally? And how has this affected you? Has this affected your life? Has this been stressful for you? You got to get into where they live and understand specifically how this issue is impacting them. Now look, let's say you're in construction equipment sales and you're selling backhoes to contractors, right? Joe, how long have you had a problem where you needed a backhoe? Well, I just realized I needed a backhoe today. Okay, why is having another backhoe important to you? Well, it'll help us finish more jobs, and when we finish more jobs, we can start more jobs, we can make more money. And how is that important to you personally? Well, Dave, when I make more money, I take home more money, and when I take home more money, I can do more things with my family. So, Joe, basically getting this backhoe is going to help you put your kids through college. That's what you're telling me. Yes, Dave, you got it. You see how easy it is to get to the core, to get to how things impact people personally. So how long have you had this problem? How long has it been a problem? How long has it impacted you? What is the impact it's having on you personally? And what stress is it causing you? You got to get to the point where they just can't stand it anymore and they want to solve the problem. No matter what, they have to get this problem solved. That's what should come out in this conversation. Empathy is the key. You making a connection with this person at a person-to-person level is the key. Now, I'm not talking about some superficial rapport building. Hey, that's a big fish you got on your wall there. Where'd you catch that one? Is that a swordfish or is that a marlin? Oh, you caught it off the Florida Keys? That's just great. That's building rapport. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you asking the difficult questions. Let's go over it again. You walk in the office, why am I here? Or the person's going to say, thanks for coming, Dave. We wanted you here because we're going out to bid on our copy machines. Oh, you're going out to bid on your copy machines. Why? Well, our current lease is up. Well, why don't you just go with the person who provided you with the copying machine in the first place? Well, you see, their service has been terrible. Oh, their service has been terrible. How has that impacted you personally? Well, it's impacted me personally because when the copy machine doesn't work, everybody comes in and they bother me, and then I got to try and fix it. I roll up my sleeves and I can't fix it. I call the guy, he doesn't come. It takes 2 or 3 days. People are constantly in my office complaining about the copier. I get it. This is a real nuisance for you. Has this created personal stress for you? Oh my gosh, Dave, you have no idea. I go to sleep at night and all I think about is the copy machine and why it's not working, and the line of people coming in my office to complain about the copy machine, and the woman who twisted her ankle on the stairs because she had to go downstairs to make copies. Oh, I see. So it is really stressful for you. It is. Well, how long have you had this problem? Oh, we've had this lease for 5 years, and for 4 out of the 5 years, the machine's been broke. Every week that guy's in here and it takes him forever to come. Now, in that scenario, I reversed the order of the questions because it was more natural. And also because I'm doing a role play with myself. I mean, I know you're here, but doing the role play with myself, it's kind of a little awkward. But I reversed the order of the questions because it made it more natural. These questions are critical. And the reason these questions help you make more money in sales is because you're making that emotional connection, and people buy because of emotion, and then they justify with logic. So here's what I want you to do now. Your next sales call, I want you to use those questions exactly as I've outlined them, demonstrate your empathy, and watch what happens. When the time is right, when the conversation gets to its natural point and they're ready to close the deal, all you need to say is, would you like some help with that? Here's how that works. So the copy machine scenario I gave you, honestly, Steve, I don't know how you could deal with this for so long. You got people lined up outside your office. They're complaining. You're a ball of nerves. You're completely stressed out. You're telling me that you're not sleeping at night because you're worried about people getting aggravated with you over the copier. I mean, just last week, somebody twisted their ankle. You just told me. Going downstairs to make copies, and she twists her ankle, and she's blaming you. I don't know how you can live like this. And then you stay quiet. And Steve says, Dave, I can't live like this. I gotta have a solution. And then you turn to him and you go, would you like some help with that? And he's going to say, of course I would. That's why you're here. Great. Here's how I can help you. And then you present your solution. That's the magic question at the end. Would you like some help with that? It is a closing question, but it's also very empathetic. Would you like some help with that? I'm here to help. That's what I do. I'm a helper. Let me help you. It's the perfect way to close a consultative sales call where you've just demonstrated empathy. Use these questions on your next sales call. Tell me in the comments how it worked out. My name is Dave Lorenzo. I'm here every day with a brand new sales tip for you. Also, check out on YouTube, check out our interview series. We interview somebody new every stinking day. We got a brand new interview every day. The interviews go up on YouTube. You can also listen to them as a podcast. Listen to the Inside BS show as a podcast. You can find it wherever podcasts are found, on Apple, iTunes, on Google Play, on Spotify. It is everywhere. Join us for the Inside BS podcast, and join us back here again tomorrow for another video on how you can make more money and get home on time for dinner. My name is Dave Lorenzo. This is the Inside BS show. Until tomorrow, here's hoping you make a great living and live a great life.